Hello, just wanted to come on here for a few minutes just to talk to you guys about some things that was on my mind. As I stated, I've been back on YouTube for about 2 weeks now. I don't post every day. Probably I try to post at least twice a week. Sometimes I don't, but I hadn't been on YouTube in 15 years because my heart was heavy and I was afraid to speak my truth. I was afraid of what family members may say, and I didn't want the pot to get stirred up. You know what I mean? You know how family are. You can't express to them what's going on with you, what you've been through, because family don't believe it, or they think that if you're saying something, you're trying to bring down the family. But I had to pray about it, and it's been 15 years. I do share my life and some of the things that took place in my life as far as sexual abuse and my brothers and sisters' lives and stuff and their outcomes, which it has been very devastating. But I do know that this is my ministry, is to help others to overcome. But I don't really think you overcome this. I think you just learn how to deal with it. As I said before in a couple of videos back, that some things do be triggers, and it's really hard because somebody will say something or I see something and it just triggers me. But I don't react to it or anything like that. I just go into prayer and pray. I have a prayer closet in my home, and I'm constantly screaming out, Lord, help me, help me, help me, and praying to the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. But anyway, something was on my mind today to come on here because, like I said, I do talk about sexual abuse. I do share with you guys some of the things that I do with my family. Well, I don't show their pictures, but I go to a lot of festivals. I'm a outside type of girl, and I love to be outside. I love the wilderness, the plants, the trees. I love festival. I love music. I don't, I'm too old to go to concerts and parties and things, unless it's a family party, a birthday party, or something like that. But I don't really like the inside concerts and things, and I like oldies. So you'll see a lot of me enjoying festivals and sharing with you guys different festivals and things like that. Now I do have a Facebook page, but I don't attach this to my Facebook page. I'll let you know what that is later on. Well, I do a lot of cooking shows. Right after I get out here, I would start my cooking shows, and I teach people. Well, not teach. I show people how to prepare meals for single parents, people who are struggling, people who are on budget. I tell you how to shop. I take you to the stores with me as I'm shopping and I'm budgeting to get food for family, because there's a lot of families out here that are in need of food and don't know how to prepare. You have so many shows that tell you how to make this and make that, but they don't understand that there's a lot of people out here that can't afford those things. So my show on Facebook is use what you have to make a complete meal for your family. You don't have to follow the directions of what the food calls for. Whatever's in your cupboard, use it. Make a meal. But anyway, that's what my show on Facebook. And it's not under this name. Like I said, I'll later on tell you, because I don't want the two tied in. So I'll tell you guys that later on down the line. But anyway, what's been on my mind? Well, as I last stated, a lot of abuse has happened to me as a child. And as an adult, I thank God that I'm married to a wonderful man over 40 years that, he comforts me. He knows when I'm hurting, or if I have a thought or something like that. He's a loving husband. I thank God for him each and every day. As I have 3 children, they're married. I have 3 granddaughters. One is in her master program. One graduates this year from the 12th grade, and the other one's a sophomore in high school. So I thank God for them. I do have a son. He lives in another state with his family. So I thank God, and as I said last time, I protected my children. But I noticed there's a lot, and I won't just say single women, but you guys that are dating right now, let me put my glasses on because I can't see a thing. You guys that are dating right now, be careful, Because I notice when I look on the different social media, I see a lot of young women with their boyfriend, picking up their children. And I'm not by any means saying that the man you chose to be around is any type of sexual predator. That's not what I'm saying. But when you have young kids, especially nonverbal children, disabled children, you have to be careful, mothers and fathers, of bringing your these people around your children, because you don't know what they're doing to you guys. I know, without mentioning names, I'm just going to say a lot of the athletes and singers and things like that. You guys are now hearing about all this stuff coming out that they were doing. These little secrets and things like that. Secrets can hurt a person mentally and emotionally. But you have a lot of these young men and women that are secretly seeking out your children. Be very careful. Don't be too in a hurry to place a man in your home or a woman in your home. I look at a lot of shows. I just watched a show, I believe it was called Fatal Attraction, where a man brought a woman into his house, and she wanted him to accept, so she killed his child. And it took them a while to figure that out. Why was her child getting sick all the time? She was poisoning the person, and he didn't die quickly, so she ended up killing him using the help of her own child to help get rid of the body. But all that stuff, and that's real, and that is real. And you got the world nowadays, especially with a lot of these young women that I see, they're out partying too quick to bring the man back into, their beds and things like that. Don't do that. I'm not judging you guys. I'm just saying, if you have children, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't mix the two. Don't put your child out there shaking her rump or his rump for the world to see. A lot of these pedophiles, or as they call them nowadays, petties, are getting off on that. Why would you put your child on there under the age of 18 to shake their behinds? That's absurd. It makes no sense to me. Those type of videos and stuff, when they come across my feed, I'm like, I can't even watch it. Because I know. And if you got other grown people commenting in the comment, get a girl, get a girl, get a girl. You're going to tell a 4-year-old, 5-year-old to get it, to break it down, to shake your moneymaker. For real, you are the problem. I said it, you are the problem. There's nothing cute about that at all. Nothing. So I just wanted to get that off my mind right quick. But anyway, yeah, abuse come in all kind of forms. You have people that are abusing children, and they're buying them things, giving them everything, and people are looking like, oh my God, that person is so nice. That person is doing this for my child. That person is doing that for my child. And your child is afraid to tell you what's going on. But moms and dads, you need to be around your kids. You need to take control. The children shouldn't tell you what they're going to do and where they're going to go. You should be able to tell them. After all, you're the parents. You're the mom, you're the dad. You should tell them. I'm very strict when it comes to my grandkids. And those are my grandkids. So my daughter, Mom, we got this. I know you got it. But Nana got it too. I'm watching you. And I'm not watching everybody as if everybody's like that, but I do know. I don't want to drop names, but as I said, when I grew up, you would never believe the people who have touched me and my sisters and brothers. I'm going to get into details and tell y'all some of the stuff they did. Keep watching, subscribe, share. Not on Facebook. But you can if you want to. I don't care. At this point in my life, I don't care, because a lot of my abusers are still alive. They have family members that are still alive. And I'm not afraid to say, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, they were horrible. They may not be that way now, but they were horrible when I was coming up. I have forgiven them, but part of my ministry is to talk about it. I've had therapy. Thank God to my therapist over the years. I just finished probably about 2 years ago, I won't say the last, but one of my therapy sites that I had, and it was, very helpful for me. I don't thrive on that. I don't look at everybody. I don't look at every kid, but I do know, nowadays that all this Epstein files and all this stuff out. I don't even know anything about that. All I know is they talk about the president and his friends and his buddies and his pals. They have no business being around children. And then parents, let me just say this to y'all. What do y'all get out of having y'all underage children hang out with grown men? First off, why? Because they're millionaires? There's a whole lot of men in prison that keyed in on parents allowing their children to go to these parties, wear these little hoochie cutters or whatever you call the pants, showing the rim of the rim of their behinds, and you allowed it, and some of you are still allowing it. That's not good. That's not cute. That's not a flex. Bending over backward, got your children out here under these grown men. Oh, they go to all kind of parties. My child is at Breezy Bowl. I hear. Nothing to Chris Brown. Make your money, young man. But what are you doing taking your babies there? Why are your babies there? Being exposed to all these grown women and people with letting it all hang out. That's their business because they're grown. But your baby, you should be protecting them. They should not be exposed. I seen a video where somebody posted of them going inside that arena, that vineyard. And I'm like, wow. I went and bought this outfit for the Breezy Bowl. I mean, you might as well just took a rag and wrapped it around here, wrapped it around there, and just went on to the Breezy Bowl. But I'm just assuming that that's how a lot of people are, going to these different concerts, and you're exposing your children. I don't get it. I don't get it, parents. And I'm not saying just because you're there, they won't be retracted, but you're exposing them. You're exposing them to that. Yeah, they can be there, but they have eyes. They're wondering, they're looking, they're like, oh, okay. Mama don't have no problem with me looking at this girl with all her breasts out. Mama don't have a problem. Or dad don't have a problem with me looking over here and seeing that. It should be a problem. You should not be taking your children to that. I'm not here to tell you what to do because they're your children. I'm just saying, you should be careful what you expose your children to. Because, they're everywhere. People have some freaky, deaky things that they want to do. And some people, not everybody. You got a lot of women. I'm married. I've been married over 40 years. But children, kids, my children's age, if I wasn't married, that's not a turn on. I don't want your child. What am I going to do with your child? And I got kids that age. I wouldn't even lust for your child. Like I said, I'm in my mid-60s. I need a debonair, mature man if I wasn't married. I don't want your child. And you shouldn't want him either. People out here, oh, girl, I'll date a 20-year-old and you 40, 50. Go back and think. 20 years ago, if you're 50, you were still 30. That child wasn't even born. See how your mind thinks? It ain't the age. Yeah, it is the age. It is the age. They don't have that maturity level to tell you, okay, I want a grown woman and they in their 20s. No. They probably came and rent an apartment on their own. Don't do it, women. Because to me, that's pedophile thinking. My opinion. May not be yours. It's just mine. Everything that I see on here is my opinion. If it's your truth, walk in it. If it's not your truth, learn from it. But I would have no interest in no young boy. Period. But like I have said before, just be careful, you guys. Be careful of your children. Protect your children at any cost. At any cost. No matter what. Because some kids, you say, oh, they so withdrawn. They're in the room. They don't come out the room. They're antisociable. They're not born like that. Stop making excuses. And talk to your child and ask your child. what's going on. It don't even have to be happening at home. It could be at school. It could be a coach. It can be some lessons they're taking. Anything they may be in. Don't be so quick to place your children in the hand of people that you don't really know. I don't care about their degrees. I don't care about how much money they have. Pedophiles come in all dynamics in every walk of life because they were hurt. So they're used to hurting. They want to hurt somebody else. And that person grow up and start hurting somebody else. I'm so glad and I'm so thankful I had the love of Jesus. My father was a pastor. I had the love of Jesus in me enough to know that this is wrong. I would never, ever, ever want nobody else to experience what I experienced. Period. Protect your children. Protect your children. But anyway, I'll come back. As I stated, I just came home from church. Wonderful service. Shout out to my church. But it was a wonderful service. But I just wanted to come on and speak. So my YouTube, I will carry on, continue on talking about it. I continue to talk about it until you get it, until somebody get it. I get a lot of comments about people wanting me to continue to talk. I talked to a few people in my church and trust. I spoke with a lady today and she was saying, oh my God, I wish I had somebody to talk to me when this was going on with me. I said, oh really? She said, yeah. So, as I say all the time, if I can just touch one person and let them know that as long as you live and breathing, and as long as you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, there's healing. There is healing. But we just need to stop this mess right now. So, with that said, I'll come back with you. But I do have some videos to share with the a festival, well, kind of concert that I went to last weekend. So I kind of mixed that in the view to let y'all see what I'm up to and what I'm doing. But I'll share that later on. But keep in mind, you know, I'm all about healing. I'm all about saving the children, you know, because this is not isolated. Let me just say that this is not isolated. It can go on. It could be the next door neighbor children going through some stuff. Because when I finally shared what was going on with me to an old neighbor that I had back in the day, I seen them after 40 years. And you know what she said to me? I didn't know you guys was going through that. I knew you guys was quiet. I know you didn't talk a lot. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to get into it because it helps me continue to heal. It helps me continue to heal. When I share what went on with me and my brothers and sisters, and I noticed my oldest sister and I, we've never been very close. And she just shared something with me about a month ago. She said she was really afraid to talk to me because she wasn't aware how extensive my abuse went. And we lost a sister because she wasn't able to deal with it. She was not able to deal with the demons that she had. And she became a drug, pill-popping alcoholic. And a couple of weeks before she died, she said, I've been dealing with this all my life, and it's the best way I know how to deal with it. And she succumbed to that demon. But anyway, you guys have a nice Sunday. Get ready to watch my Rams. Go Rams! And I'll talk with you guys later. Bye-bye.